So good morning to all, and today I am going to tell you your next chapter, that is sorting materials into groups. So sorting means arranging materials into groups. So all objects present around us are of different shapes, size, colors, utility and materials, which are the physical properties, and we can group them on the basis of any of these criteria. This is called the grouping. For example, you can group them on the basis of their shape, and all around objects in one group square is another and rectangle in another gun. So first of all, we have given the first activity with some materials. So you can also do this activity in your notebook. So here we have the basis of grouping. So the basis of grouping are as follows, like the color, shape, size, smell, hardness of a substance, and thus a property can be used on the basis of the grouping of the object. So we have given the importance of grouping, like the grouping helps to locate the object easily, and grouping also helps to study the pattern of different materials. So matters and materials. So matter is defined as anything which occupies space and mass and may perceive our senses. So we have the classification of matter. So as you know that the matter is classified into three states, that is solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. So we have two states here, like we have two examples of the liquid state like the milk and water, and two example of the solid state like the stone and diamond, and two example of the gaseous state like the gas filling the balloon, that is the helium and smoke. So a substance which is made up of matter and is used for making object is called a material. For example, a cup or a plate is usually made up of ceramic, a bucket or a mug of plastic, and so on. So ceramic and plastic are the example of material. So here we have the types of material. So basically the materials are divided in two parts, that is the man-made materials and natural materials. So these materials are usually made by the man, which includes glass, nylon, plastic, ceramics and many more. Natural materials are those materials which we get directly from nature. So properties of materials. So we here have the two properties of material. There is the chemical properties and physical properties. So chemical properties include the behavior of the materials to have different chemical reactions. For example, combustion, water, acid and reaction with oxygen. And the second is the physical property, which includes appearance, hardness, solubility, flotation, heaviness and transparency. So first of all, as you noted, the color of the water is nothing, that is, it is colorless substance. So physical properties are given here like the appearance, hardness, solubility, flotation and transparency. So we'll discuss each of these physical property. So here we have our first physical property is appearance. So in your daily life, we come across many things which we think of the same shape, size and belong to a similar group. For example, both coal and grass look yellow and lustrous. So, the natural shine present on the surface of the certain materials is called luster, may shine. So, it can be also called a shine. So, metals are generally luster in nature, whereas non-metals are not. Metals like gold, platinum, silver are highly lustrous and attractive, and that's why they are precious and are used for making ornaments, and some metals lose their luster when exposed to air and get discolored. For example, discolorized, and for example, copper metal develop a greenish coat on its surface when exposed to air, hence which can also be called as corrosion. Hence, such metals objects are polished to prevent their direct contact with air to prevent the corrosion. So hardness, if we try to compress some things, we feel that some objects are easy to compress. So an object is said to be hard if it has definite shape, size and volume. So here we have two type of materials, and this physical property is soft and hard. So compressible materials are called soft materials, while the non-compressible materials are called hard materials. Compressibility is the measure of softness or hardness of a material. It is the ability to get decrease in volume under an applied force. So the higher is the compressibility, the easier is to compress the material. So here we have the given effect, that is only solid possess the property of hardness. Talc is the softest natural substance, whereas diamond is the hardest natural substance found on the surface and is the highest melting and boiling point. So here I have given the another physical properties is solubility. Solubility of the solid in water. So an object is said to be soluble if it is easily dissolved in water at a certain temperature. So here we have given the definition of solution. It is a uniform mixture of two or more substances in which any of its component cannot be identified separately. So the property of a substance to get thoroughly dissolved when added to the inner substance like water is called its solubility. The substance which can dissolve completely in water are called soluble substances, and the substance which cannot dissolve in water are called insoluble. For example, sand. An example of solid substance is like salt. So water can dissolve a large number of substances in it. So we have the other physical property, that is solubility of liquid in water. So some solids are soluble in water while some other are not. The liquids which mix thoroughly with water are called miscible liquids like the milk, vinegar, etc. and those which do not are called immiscible liquids such as oil, kerosene, petrol and many more, and these liquids form a separate layer over the water surface. So here we have given the solubility of gases in water, and most of the gases are insoluble in water, but some of gases are slightly soluble. For example, hydrogen and nitrogen are the insoluble in water, but oxygen and carbon dioxide are slightly soluble. So this makes the aquatic life possible, and the aquatic animal use this oxygen present in water for the process of the respiration of them. So here we have given the other physical property, there is a flotation. So an object floats on a water due to its density. Density defined as mass per unit volume. If the density of an object is less than water, then it will float on water, and if it is heavier than the water, that will sink at the bottom. So the objects which are heavier than water sink at bottom, and those which are lighter than water float at the surface of it. So we can say that if an object is heavier than water, it will sink in the water, where if an object is lighter than water, it will float on the water. So we have the other property, that's a transparency. So transparency is the property of a material of letting light pass through it so that one can see clearly through it. We can group the materials into three types on the basis of the amount of the light they allow to pass through them. So first of all, the transparent, the second is the translucent, and the third one is the opaque. So first of all, the materials that allow us to see through them clearly are called transparent materials like glass, water, air, etc. And the materials that allows us to see through them partially are called translucent materials. These include frosted glass, tissue paper, butter paper, fog, smoke, and many more. And the materials that do not allow us to see through them at all are called opaque objects. These include wood, concrete, metals, and many more. So here we have a fact. So how do the fish float? So most fish have an air bladder containing air in them, and this helps them to float in water. And here we have given the words to know, which you can learn by pausing the video and by taking a screenshot. So our today's topic have been finished. So we'll meet in next video and with a new topic. So till then, thank you and a goodbye.